Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Suko, and welcome to the SmileFest 2024 video. This is an event that is very similar to Wonhobby. Might as well be if you ask me. They're showing off a bunch of new figures that we haven't seen before, or updates, stuff like that, right? I don't know how many are in this gallery. I haven't gone through the whole thing, though they did kind of spoil all the Nendos this morning. I don't know why they do that. I was really hoping to have a live reaction to this stuff. I just feel like that's more fun for something like this. But most of it I've already seen. I haven't memorized it, but you know, unfortunately the Nendos were shown off. A lot of the Figma started popping up. Even like Freeing, who is not gonna be in this gallery, but they're at the event in person. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just hoping that there's something that is a surprise to me. There are a couple of things I've seen that I am excited for. So how about we just go through it? We're just gonna go in order today. We're not really like grouping the types of figures together, just because that takes a lot more time. I would like to get this video out for you guys. Hopefully that's fine. There's probably so many announcements here, and there's a bunch in person. I don't even know how I'm gonna cover that because I have to wait for them to pop up. So yeah, anyway, Figma Ganon, he's been painted. I don't know what he's gonna come with. I hope he has those like, what are they called? The gloom hands? I should probably have looked that up. The things that kind of like show up out of nowhere in the game. They scare the shit out of you when you first play Tears of the Kingdom. Because, I mean, besides his, like, sword, you know, he doesn't really need anything else, and because he's so big and wide, I don't expect a lot of accessories like Link would have, but, I mean, he looks fantastic. Unfortunately, Zelda is not painted. No surprise, she's in that, like, goddess outfit with the teardrops. She's very sad, referencing, you know, the cutscenes and whatnot. I'm sure she's gonna be very pretty. This is amazing. I love that they're making a Bulborb. I don't know how they just skipped Olimar. I feel like that's strange. Though maybe at this point, the monsters, would you call them monsters? The animals, because I guess they're on Earth, right? Are more iconic, because they're in every game, but Olimar isn't. Is that true? He was in 4. Spoilers, I guess, if you cared about that. I love this. I'm probably going to get it. I don't know what they could possibly give him besides, like, little Pikmin to eat. But that is tragic. We have the painted Nendoroids for Kirby's Cafe, Kirby and Waddle Dee. This one's so adorable. I can't get into this. I have like 7, Kirby Nendos. I gotta cut myself off. I can't keep doing it. But these are precious. The cream on Kirby's mouth and just the little outfit that Waddle Dee's wearing. And the design of the cheeks, because normally they're just like ovals, but they're little clouds instead. Very cute stuff. Shadow the Hedgehog, which is not a surprise. Kind of surprising that it took this long, but this is the year of Shadow. So it makes sense that he's popping up now. We got the Sonic X Shadow Generations, the movie coming up. I feel like there's more images of him. He might be going up for pre-order pretty soon. I saw the Chaos Emerald. I think it was a red one. And like more of a angrier face. But yeah, he had the damn 4th Chaos Emerald. Anyway, Pop-Up Parade of Altina Orion, large size, from Trails of Cold Steel. Probably not the most exciting announcement because she does have, a bunch of figures at this point, at least 2 scales that I'm aware of, though this outfit might be a little bit different. It's not the Kotobukiya one, and it's not the Q one, so actually I do think it's a different outfit. Cool announcement, though. I would hope, we'll get to Snake in a second, I hope they make more. We don't really need it, because, Kotobukiya is making, like, all the characters, but the more the merrier, especially if they're going to be even cheaper, and I do think she looks cute. Snake, the Metal Gear Solid 2 version. I think they're only doing 2 because the old Figma was 2, and this is the updated version, so it's gonna probably be the same thing. We haven't seen that Figma in a very long time. It's pretty dated at this point. Kind of weird they wouldn't take this opportunity to make a Metal Gear Solid 3 Figma, unless that exists already. It might, but I guess this is the more like iconic look for Snake. And he does look good, pretty handsome. But making sure they get the face right is going to be important. This one's weird. Marcus Phoenix from Gears of War. He did get a new game. Pretty sure they just announced one at the Xbox showcase. And I mean, if you're going to make an Xbox character, makes sense to be Gears of War. And, it looks good. I like how they painted the suit as well. But, like, I just feel like the audience isn't here. I'm kind of being a hater, though. But it's just a goofy one. Oxnard from Hamtaro. It took a while, but we're finally committing to the Hamtaro series in terms of Nendos. Because Hamtaro's Nendo, it's like a 10 out of 10. I grew up with Hamtaro. This is one of my, favorite shows as a kid. I kind of remember the entire ending song, but I won't sing it because I think a lot of you guys will click off of the video if I do. I am surprised they didn't do like Bijou first or second, but you know, Oxnard's a bro. I love seeing him. I really want to know how deep they get into this line of figures, because they can make so many. There's so many Hamtaro characters, though I feel like there will be diminishing returns at some point. But yeah, I love that. Moomin as well. So round, so adorable, so simplistic, but I love it. I will say I never actually grew up with Moomin, but I just love the characters. They're very charming. Next up is Figma Laios from Delicious in Dungeon Meshi, of course. You know, it really depends on the accessories here. I think the sculpt of his armor looks great. Face looks a little young. I don't know if I'm just used to like the Trigger art style. I haven't read the manga, only familiar with the anime, so this might look great to some people. For me, it looks slightly off. Kind of feel the same thing here with Marcille. I feel like her face isn't what I'm remembering how she looks, but again, I have only one source of knowledge here, that being the anime. But Marcille's always cute. Gotta admit something though, not actually done with the Dungeon Meshi anime yet. Been watching it very slow, just haven't had the time. But yeah, I haven't met this character yet. I made it to part 2, but I don't know anything about them. But it's cool to see, of course. Itsusumi getting a pop-up parade. Is there any more characters? Holy shit. Extra large size. Now this isn't spoiled for me. I've seen it on Twitter and whatnot. The scene rips off the clothes and whatnot. And Marcille kind of, you know, reacts funny. But regardless, was absolutely not expecting an extra large pop-up parade of Fallen, the Chimera version. I guess I never realized the size of this form. I love the texturing on the tail. Like, I think these actually, like the scales on the limbs and stuff, the claws and, I don't know, the feathers, it looks pretty good for a pop-up. But this will also cost like $200 because these are very expensive, so it better look good. Okay, so they're bringing that thing that they do with Nendos. How do you pronounce this? Swachao. I don't know. They have Nendos where they like allow them to sit down with like a little chair or something. And they're doing that with pop-up parades, which seems so odd. So is this a different sculpt? This looks like an entirely different sculpt, isn't it? I feel like this could be cool. I mean, they're very cheap, but it is a little bizarre to see. I don't know how I feel about that. We have Marin, the Slippery Girls full graphic t-shirt version. Very self-explanatory. Hair tied in a knot with the shirts. Pretty lewd shirt. The chest looks like it's kind of censored by the text. I love that face. I need to know what the name of this expression is. It's just like cheeky to me, but it also looks like that candy mascot where they're licking the lips. It's like the exact same thing. But she looks great. All her Nendos look great. We have Ruby in her school uniform, of course. I thought this already went up for pre-order. I must be crazy. They're taking a long time. She looks great though. First scale, like normal scale. We have the Akane date style version. Are there other date styles for Oshinoko yet? I mean, I love this line of figures from Good Smile Company. It's such an affordable way to get like really nice figures. I think they've all been 1/6 scale too. At the worst 1/7, but they're a good size. They've all been like 16,000 yen. And they're usually in good outfits. And I love the texturing they always do with their like sweaters. Which seems to be like the sleeveless sweater that Akane is wearing. So similar situation there. As long as I get like the hair shading right, this will be a banger. Unfortunately, had to do a second take here, but we're getting a scale figure of Anya and Lloyd from Spy Family, which we've all been asking for. I kind of wish they just found a way to incorporate like Lloyd into the existing figure, but this is more like the winter getup. I'll be honest, I think Lloyd looks a little generic and basic, but I mean, he's just having a good time. Carrying some groceries home. Anya looks great. No complaints there. Looks exactly as she should. And, you know, maybe with other photos, I like Lloyd a little bit more. Not really complaining too much. This figure shouldn't cost too much money. But I kind of wish they just did, like, Lloyd and Bond. And then if you had the other figure, you would combine the two. Feels odd that they did it this way. But I'm not complaining too much. I did a little bit. Because we actually got a Lloyd figure. And that was something I was asking for a very long time. Nendo Bravern. I don't know if this was shown off earlier. I definitely don't remember it, but I also might have just like not put that piece of information in my brain because I've never seen this show. Looks like a good sculpt, very detailed for a little Nendo. Mouth, I absolutely hate that, but that's just the character design, so not knocking it, not my kind of thing. Next up, from the same series, a sitting down version of Isami. I'll give him credit, definitely a surprise announcement. Next up is a pop-up parade of Gojo, the Tokyo Jujutsu High School version. Good Smile is definitely making a scale of this. Might even be up for pre-order at this point. Actually, I don't think it is. His face looks a little meh, like the mouth. I don't like the mouth. I think if there was a better close-up shot of his face, I might like it a little bit more. But it's also, you know, the $40 figure. It's not going to be perfect. I think Geto's fine, though. Really nothing to complain about at this price. I mean, his outfit's a little flat, but that's kind of what you get with this line of figures, so it's okay. People might get mad at me. Haven't seen much of Konosuba. Wasn't really my thing when I tried a very long time ago. Might like it more now, not sure. That is to say, I don't know who Iris is, or Eris. They're cutes. Feel like they're a little flat in terms of their outfits. Sometimes Nendos are, and then sometimes Nendos have like great paint jobs. I don't know what's the deciding factor there. I guess it makes it look maybe a little bit more like on point with the anime or something, but I don't know. Cute characters though. Windbreaker, Haruka, Sakura, with the, you know, two-tone hair. The heterochromia, of course, you know, outfits looking a little flat like the other two girls, but I feel like most people probably don't care that much as long as they're getting the character that they like in the little Nendo form. We have a pop-up parade of Chuton. I think I remember this one from last time. I might have said this was like Lolita last time, and then I was corrected that it was Girly K. So I hope that's correct, otherwise I'm gonna look like a double idiot for getting it wrong 2 times, but it's a cute outfit. Cute face too, cute expression. Nothing crazy to write home about. I wish this wasn't spoiled for me. This would have been so cool to see for the first time in this gallery. Now, obviously, I have the Taiga 1.0, which I guess we're calling it now. I also have the last episode version, and they're very cute little Nendos. They come with a lot of nice accessories and good faceplates too, especially if you got the exclusive version with the extra faceplate. I hope they don't do that again, but they're probably going to, because that's just how Taiga's figures work. I never thought those Nendos were like perfect. The art style was a little off, and because they were old Nendos, you had to like slot them into the base by like their feet. And I think Taiga was just so top heavy that she would never stand up unless I like very specifically leaned her in a certain way, or I had like something behind her, like the back of a shelf or something, or the wall to keep her up. All I'm trying to say is I'm glad this is finally happening. I'm absolutely buying this. This is a fantastic announcement for me, and probably for a lot of people too, because Taiga is like eternal when it comes to figures. She's always getting them. And I feel like they definitely nailed her face here. Very cute. Love the pose too. She's a little angry at us. But can't wait to see more. Same with Kurisu. Now, I didn't personally own the Kurisu Nendo, but, you know, very old at this point. And it's one of those characters just like Taiga, probably even more so. Like, Kurisu is even more popular when it comes to still getting figures ever since 2011, when the anime first aired. Even though, you know, there was a game before that, the visual novel, and there's been continuous sequels and more games and, you know, stuff like that. But the main hype, of course, was from the original anime. I do want to make an extra point, though. If you're somebody who likes Kurisu and you missed out on the Reading Steiner version, I feel like seeing something like this should kind of reassure you that eventually that will get re-released. It's very expensive right now. But Good Smile Company knows that this character is very popular. She's always getting figures. I think Kotobukiya just put up one of their older figures as well this month, which we'll talk about in the pre-order roundup, of course, but she's always getting stuff. She's always getting re-releases too. And they're even making a whole new Nendo for her. So don't pay the aftermarket prices. This is my like 99.9% like guarantee that will happen. But we move on. Cute Nendo. Fucking Lane. Getting a Nendo. That's awesome. Honestly, I bet this is going to sell extremely well, even to people who have not seen a lick of Lane. Like, they know nothing about the series. She's just, like, everywhere, always in, like, memes and stuff like that. But, I mean, if you don't know the anime, you should definitely check it out. It's a little old at this point, but it's a goodie. Absolutely. Also, another one that I was very excited for when I saw it this morning, Ame-chan from Needy Streamer Overload. If this was announced like a year ago, I would have been even more excited for this, like through the roof. But unfortunately, Apex announced a scale figure for her, and that's what I really want right now. But I feel like if they get the faceplates right, we get some good accessories with her, I'll probably get this too. I don't know why I'm such a sucker for this character and K-Angel. I just like the design so much. Like, the game did leave an impression on me, but I don't feel like I need so many figures of these characters. But I also feel like I'm going to end up with a bunch of them. From Good Smile Art Shanghai is a diorama chibi figure of Ebe and Gary, the classic indie game Ebe, right? Still need to play that one. This one's finally painted. We've seen it a few times at this point. Scale figure from Max Factory. of 2B. This looks fan-frickin-tastic. A lot of the figures do kind of look like this, where it's like the rubble of the environment, the robot down there just like smashed to bits. Got the pod, of course, but this is very complete. And the pose is amazing. Really shows off her butt, but, you know, I think that's a plus for most people. Face looks perfect. Really hope you could take off the eye mask. I guess it's not like a necessity, but I would like to see Max Factory's take on 2B's face, because I bet they would nail it. But yeah, this is probably going to cost like, I don't know what the scale is. It depends on how big it is. My guess, because there's a lot here and Max Factory's pretty expensive, like 28 minimum, like 28,000. That's my guess. I don't know. But this is clearly a very impressive figure. The gloss on the boots and the shading on the leggings, the metallic paints of the pod, and the texturing on the rocks and whatnot. What's not to love? It's a nice 2B figure. Might even be the best one. There is a Shanghai 2B, tentative name. A little bit less impressive. Nice pose, though, the way she's holding the sword. Same kind of situation with the robot down there, though this one has been overgrown. So it's been out of commission for a while. Which, you know, I like that change-up. That's pretty cool. But, yeah, not going to get super excited about this one until we see it painted. Okay, 3 scale figures of 2B. I think this one's the anime version. Honestly, the most boring one yet. From Good Smile Company. Like, straight up, 2B. Just standing there. The shading on the leggings look great. Probably better than the Max Factory one. But very simplistic. Reminds me of Flares. The way they sculpted the sleeves. That puffiness and the way they're kind of like twisting. That looks great. Do the other two have that? Not so much. I don't know if that's like an anime thing, but I actually really love how that looks. A2 is getting a scale figure from Good Smile Company. This is the anime version again, which I feel like might not be for me. A2 is my favorite. I haven't seen any of the anime yet. It might be great, but this art style for her face doesn't really remind me of her. It looks very cute. Like this is a cute rendition of A2 from my perspective. Maybe other people don't see it that way, but when I see A2, when I think of her, I see a very pretty woman, very beautiful. I feel like she looks a little bit younger here, but things can change when she gets the paint. 2B Figma, kind of self-explanatory. I hope she comes with a bunch of weapons. That'll really sell the Figma, in my opinion, for me at least. And that feels like the best excuse to really get the most out of the Figma line. Honestly, Figma are so interesting because they really don't make that many. Sometimes we go a month and we get like 1, maybe none, but they keep going, and I'm glad. I like them. A2 getting a Figma as well, just the announcement though. A Nendo of Miku Hinasaki from Fatal Frame. That's awesome. I have played the first game. I don't know if this is her. I didn't beat it. I streamed it a very long time ago. Very cool game. Don't know why I stopped. I think it's because like you get a certain point and then it kind of resets or something like that. But that's an awesome announcement. I love that a lot. From Atelier Marie Remake, we have a Nendo of Marie, who is, I believe, a character from a very long time ago, like one of the first Atelier games, and she's very pretty. I do like her outfit a lot, especially the hats and like the dangling charms or jewelry. It feels kind of vintage, but like 90s vintage. It's not that old. It feels retro. That's the better word to use. Also from the Atelier series, Ryza, I think the first game, because this is Lila or Lila. Very similar to the other Max Factory figure of Ryza, which I do own. I hope there isn't weird gimmicks or anything with this one. I don't think you're going to be able to like take the clothes off. If you do, I hope they actually incorporate it correctly and it's not a pain in the ass to swap the parts, because that really like ruins the Ryza figure in terms of just like customization. But I like this one a lot. The base seems even more involved with the flowers and the crystals and like the ruins behind her. Seems like a very pretty setup. I don't know if this is based off of art though, because the Ryza figure was, so I knew what that was going to look like. But I don't know what the colors of this figure are, like the crystals and the stones behind her. I know like her palette, of course, but that's kind of it. But I think that one could be definitely one to look out for. Playmatia, which is a model kit, I think. I'm not going to focus on these in this video, because that's not really my thing. Saya, from the Song of Saya, Saya no Uta. Papa Pray Large. Kinda nuts. This is another character kind of like Lane, where she's just like everywhere nowadays. And I don't really feel like people are actually playing the game, but maybe they are. I hope they are. It's a classic. I played it a very long time ago. I like vaguely remember it, but it sticks with you, you know, even if you don't remember all the details. I don't know if like the Papa Parade line is perfect for Saya. If they keep it simplistic, like how this art looks, then probably. But for those who know this character, things can kind of get out of hand. So, I don't know. I feel like they're going to keep it simple, and that's probably for the best. From Honkai Star Rail, which we don't see very often. Adventurine, male character from Honkai Star Rail. It's a freaking miracle. He is very lavishly designed. We also have Blade from Honkai Star Rail. I think that's probably very exciting for some people. Raiden, finally, like this took so long to actually happen, because it was announced probably years ago, like 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago, but they're finally showing off a prototype. Kind of crazy it's not painted at this point, but there has been progress. At this point, that's all you could really ask for. Same with Zhongli. If I said his name right, I feel like I don't pronounce Chinese names correctly, so I need to learn. Nagito, Danganronpa, glad they're continuing these. He's best boy from Danganronpa 2. Haven't played it in a while, but he was best boy. Can't believe there wasn't a Kyoko Nendo. Kirigiri, how did that not happen? Glad it's finally happening, but holy crap, that took way too long. Lilith from Diablo 4 is getting a Figma. Feels like a weird fit. Geralt definitely has a lot of potential to be good depending on how they actually like paint and sculpt the armor. A lot of like chainmail in the specific armor. Very wrinkly pants too. We have Yubel from Frieren. I think we're in the Frieren section now. This makes a ton of sense. This was going to happen eventually. Hope she gets a scale figure. Love her design, absolutely. Not really committed to the Nendos from this series. Was waiting for this. Friren's scale figure from Good Smile Company was finally painted. Looks excellent. I feel like they should have chose a better color for behind her, because it makes the figure look a little drab. She looks very cute though. A little bit of sadness in her face, of course. Love the hair flow as the wind blows and whatnot. Staff looks excellent. Earrings look excellent. I think I'm gonna buy this. I didn't get the Kleina one, but I do want to get one at some point. It's either this or like the QQ version, but why not two? Down to compare them as well in a video or something like that. They're doing the thing with the trim where it's gold. I feel like the other figures do not have that, but the Papa Parade did. So they're kind of copying that. And I do like it. I think it does add a little bit of like pop to this figure. Papa Parade for Fern. She's doing a pouty face. She's got a really round face in this this pop-up parade, but she's great. Glad they're making a pop-up. Is there any more? No, in terms of pop-ups, but we do have a Nendoroid for the Mimic, which, I mean, that's funny. That's great. Open and closed and tongue. That's it. That's what you get, probably. And maybe, like, Friren's legs dangling out of it. Winter clothes version for Frieren. Absolutely love this outfit for her. In fact, I hope a scale figure gets made of it. I could see myself buying this instead of the normal Frieren Nendo, because at least it's a little bit different. You know, if they're not going to make scale figures of this design, then get the Nendo. Also a Nendo for Aura, which makes sense. She is super popular. Doll for Frieren. Should have saw that coming. From Train to the End of the World, Shizuru Chikura. Basic. I don't know her, but she does look cute. We got the main character from Solo Leveling, Sung Jin Woo, which I feel like was another one that probably took a little bit too long. I feel like the reception of the anime kind of went down. I don't know. People love the webcomic, right? But when the anime aired, outside of the animation, I feel like people were kind of crapping on it. I only watched like 5 episodes, and it wasn't that bad. I don't really like stories like that, though, so I didn't stick with it. Mao Mao, Garden Party version. The very fancy formal attire. She loses the freckles in this outfit, I guess. Probably makeup. Still haven't seen the show. But she's adorable. Her new figure is so goddamn cheap. It's unbelievable. Like 13,000 yen. Can't wait to talk about that one in the next pre-order roundup. From Katana Katari is a Nendo of Togame. Classic anime. If you haven't seen it, absolutely go out of your way to watch it. I don't even know if it's streaming anywhere. You might just need to go on some, like, you know, third-party site or whatever. Whatever you gotta do. This show's fantastic. Honestly, I kind of want this. They never really gave her, like, a legit figure. I think there's some, like, cheaper ones. But, yeah, that's a throwback for sure. And I love the art style, too. Kiss Shot, getting a Nendo. Another one that took insanely long. Very surprising. Papa Parade for Shinobu. Cute. Probably don't need it. I have enough figures of her. But it looks just like the anime's art style, so I am very happy that they nailed that. Misa Amane from Death Note is getting a 2.0. She has one of the oldest Nendos. I don't remember the number, but I'll put it on screen right now. It was needed. There's charm in the old Nendo. I'm not going to hate on it, but it's definitely, it shows its age. I'll leave it at that. Plus, you know, Light and L also had 2.0s, so it makes sense. Griffith from Berserk. Hate this guy, but looks pretty good. Honestly, his hair looks great. Armor, the blue of his cape, very clean overall, which makes sense. We have the Skull Knights Figma. This is a very dark image, but he looks fantastic. I think I saw a photo of him in person. This was one of the ones I saw leaked earlier, and his like armor looked very like damaged, worn down, chipped away. You could kind of see that here. Maybe it doesn't come across fully because the photo is so dark, but it seems like they're doing their best with this guy. The cape is cloth, which I'm okay with. Looks like it's clashing slightly, but that would have been a huge cape. Would have gotten in the way of posability. Sick-ass character, though. Sick-ass Figma. From Black Butler, we have Seal. How little do I know about Black Butler? So Seal, Sebastian, getting some Nendos. We have the scale figures of Gojo and Geto from JJK, the high school versions, which we talked about for a second, very briefly. These photos, very zoomed out. Gojo looks about how I would expect. Geto's face looks kind of strange. Definitely need more examples of this figure, which I'm sure we'll see at the events, though I might not have that for you guys by the time this video goes up. The shading looks excellent, though. Very creased. Like, you put this one next to the pop-up parade, you can understand why they cost, like, such a difference in money, even though I don't expect these to cost that much at all. Like, probably under 20,000. That's my guess. Even though the guys are a little bit taller, very simplistic figures. From Dokusei, we have scale figures of Hikaru and Rihito. Believe this was a BL manga turned into a movie. Have not seen it. The art style is very like distinctive though, which is why I do remember this announcement. They both have prototypes at this point, and they're looking pretty good. The outfits look nice and sleek. Not sure if these are suits or like the school uniforms these two wear. You guys can let me know. Looks a little bit more formal than a school uniform. Could be wrong though. Either way, next up, Figma of Holo. Holo's got to get a Figma. She got to get everything. Next up is two Nendo announcements from Overlord. We have the Dark Hero Momon, as well as a dress version for Albedo. Probably going to look pretty good. Following that is a scale figure for Kana, the holiday version. Not sure what holiday this is supposed to be. Might be like the vacation definition of holiday, which is fine. Not here to nitpick. It's a cute looking figure. The dragon plushie, the fact that her tail is plugged into a socket, that's just funny. I don't know why they sculpted that, but I definitely like it. Book on the floor, eating a donut, looks very much like her, which is sometimes an issue. Very like round, chubby face. She's just chilling, enjoying her time. Very wholesome little figure. And then next up is Toru, the barbecue version. Serving her tail, I have to imagine, looks very similar to the Apex figure, the maid version. I assume the outfit's not going to be the exact same. This looks more like her normal outfit that she wears at home. Very cute, though. Looks exactly like her again. Maybe the face could look a little bit more defined, but it's unpainted right now. Not going to nitpick it. Plus, it's a Toru figure with the tail. That's what we want. That's what we love. So yeah, I think this one is pretty promising. Next up is Elma, which I totally did not see coming. But yeah, this is the ice cream version. Love that she's got the glasses on. The ice cream really is just about to plop right on her head. Would be funny maybe if there was like a drip of ice cream on her head. I think that'd be a nice little extra detail for you. Is this supposed to be like her work uniform? It kind of looks like it, but like also kind of doesn't. The skirt's there, but the collar seems wrong. Being really nitpicky right now. But either way, cool announcement. Hope it looks good when it's done. Asta from Black Clover. Finally getting a Nendo. Good for him. Couple of Orange Rouge Nendos from Buchigiri, Arajin Tomoshibi, as well as Matakara Asamine. Honestly, kind of surprised that Good Small Company is making Asta, because usually they just hand off the guys to Orange Rouge, but maybe he's not like pretty boy enough. I don't know. A scale figure from the Rising of the Shield hero, Raftalia, playing in the snow. Adorable. The snowmen really do sell it though. The main characters, you got Iwatani, you got Philo down there. I'm sure the outfit's gonna be very cute as well, but just the whole thing, the composition is what really matters here, and they went out of their way to make it as cute as possible. Honestly, Shanghai, I feel like they do a lot of good work in these galleries, because sometimes Good Smile, they got some pretty, expected stuff in terms of scales, a lot of Nendos, a lot of pop-ups, but slightly slacking a little bit in terms of like the sheer amount of scale figures they make for these events. So it's nice that they have the Shanghai team on top of this stuff. Great figure. From the Kindergarten Wars is a Nendo of Rita. I like her eyes. Cute little outfit too, very simplistic though. Yeah, there's more of these. I remember seeing them earlier. We have Doug from the Kindergarten Wars. Might be another one. Hana, okay. The series is getting some love. Finally found the Miku scale figure. There's always one at these events, but took a while to get here. This one's very interesting though. The Hatsune Miku 0x27 Eternal Stream. The way they sculpted her hair, like, it almost looks like polygons or something. The way it's all like jaggy and kind of like rough with the way it's like twisting about. I rather like it though. The top this time is translucent. The gradation on the leggings, oh my god, that looks fucking good. The light blue, the darker blue, the kind of sheen to it all looks fantastic. The design of her shoes too almost kind of look like sneakers. The skirt as well. Not sure if these like little logos and text and whatnot is on the top layer or the bottom. Doesn't really matter. But the skirt looks great too. Face is lovely. Really do like this art style for her. Simple, I guess. Not the craziest thing out there. Oh, this is Red Juice. That makes sense. Okay, this absolutely does look like a Red Juice figure. Excited to see that one go up. Probably gonna be like really good and slightly expensive, but hopefully not too expensive. Another scale figure, this time just an announcement though. The, man, how do you say this? Maybe I shouldn't even try if I'm being honest, but yeah, this is one of those like traditional Mikus that they sometimes make. We've seen a lot of them lately. This one is, I'm pretty sure, based off of a very old classical Chinese song, which seems like a great fit for a Miku figure. Great outfit as well. I think the base has a good chance of looking really nice on this figure. It's a scroll. She's just like delicately sitting on the scroll the way she's kind of like stretching her toes out. I think this will look pretty. But it's just an announcement. We don't get a great look at this art, a little small in terms of the resolution, but I do love the colors, love the idea. Probably going to be a good one. Rin and Len, the Daughters of Evil and the Servant of Evil version. Were these announced previously? I don't remember them. Nice and fancy. They look good. Pop-Up Parade Racing Miku 2023 version looks about, as you would expect, maybe like slightly higher quality, just because it's like a racing Miku figure, and the design is a little bit more complex. But yeah, very cute. They kept the thighs thick, as you would want. Next up, I guess we're in the HoloLive section, which is cool to see. We have a Nendo of Tokoyami Toa, who looks adorable. Perfect. The hair looks amazing. The two-tone of the purple and the pink. Very cute face. Love the color of eyes here. The hat, adorable. The outfit lends itself so nicely to just having a nice like sculpt for a Nendo. We have Sakamata Chloe as a pop-up parade. I feel like this one looks slightly different than the other pop-up parades from HoloLive. But I don't mean that in a bad way. Just something about this looks different. She looks good though. Maybe it's the fact that she looks off because she's not wearing the jacket that she normally wears. But I guess that's like a cost-saving decision, because then they would have had to sculpt that whole thing, and it would have cost more, and they already got all these chains and the belts and whatnot. There's a lot to her design. I get it. Looks pretty cute. They are taking so long to paint that scale figure of hers, though, and I'm getting impatient. Figma of Miko. I wish I had stuff to say about the Figma. I usually don't. I want to see the accessories. I want to see the faceplates. We got Suisei as a Figma. It's not because I don't like these things. It's just they're not giving me that much, especially when they're unpainted. So don't, interpret this as like I'm being disrespectful or anything. They're going to be good, most likely. Playmatia of Noelle. Again, I don't really cover these on the channel. Oh shit, this is actually here. We got the painted prototype for the Sakamata Chloe scale figure. I don't remember what scale this is. I want to say 1/6. I think it's on the larger side. Looks amazing. Honestly, so much cuter than the pop-up parade, not to compare. I don't want to do it, even though I just did, but the face looks so much better on this scale figure. And you get the jacket this time. So many extra belts added to this figure because of the jacket. But it's really just like that extra color. The black and red, the yellow of the caution signs all over her. I think it's important. The boots are going to look better because they'll be glossy. I think that'll contrast with the matte of her outfit. The leggings are gonna look really nice, the shading on them, you know, got that orca beanbag, that's really cute. Little pillow off to the side. I do feel like they're maybe being a little bit lazy with the chest sculpts. There could be like a weld there, but with only one angle, that's a nothing opinion right now. That might not matter at all. Not like drooling over it, but I feel like if it looks too obvious that they kind of cheaped out there, it's like right there in the center of the figure, could look bad. I don't know, but they made sure to sculpt her armpit, so that's a plus for the gamers. Next up is Bunny Garden's Rin. This game popped the hell off. I don't think Rin is the most popular one, though. Wait, she's the only one? Huh. The others have to be coming. Maybe she is the most popular one. We have Shoto from, I think he's a VTuber. Seems like a pretty great sculpt so far, you know? A lot of emphasis, a lot of detail on the clothes, the hair strands, which I'm always, like, pointing out. Shorter hair characters, I like when the companies actually care to make the short hair sculpts look as good as possible. I like how his hair sculpt is slightly messy, right? Because of the strands sticking out to the side. But yeah, the detail in his clothes is probably the best part. Very wrinkly jacket, tons of belts and straps all over the place, kind of just like, I don't know, flapping all over the place. Same thing with the jacket itself as it's kind of opened up, kind of blowing out a little bit. Very good. A little creature down here. He's cute. But yeah, good stuff from them. Niji Sanji, Kaida Haru, getting a Nendo, unpainted though. We have another Niji Sanji Nendo of Kenmochi Towa. So we're getting a lot of boy figures right now. Nice to see Good Smile Company actually making these, like I said earlier, not just handing it off to another company. Kagami Hayato. From Nikkei, we have Neon, who's this one, right? And then Marion, who I think I like more. Honestly, she's great. They make a normal size figure of her. Maybe I'll be tempted. She's very cute and also attractive. A Figma of Scarlet's. We saw her scale figure not too long ago. I guess she's pretty popular if she's getting all these figures. We're only at 2, but when we're only starting to get Nikkei figures, when you notice that, like, there's a bunch of one character, feels like they're pretty popular and loved, right? This is a scale figure of Modernia. This one's pretty crazy. I guess just because she's like not a robot girl. I mean, maybe she is. I don't know anything about Nikkei, but she's got like robot girl elements, mech stuff, like the wings, the legs, huge gun off to the side. Very pretty face, busty as you would imagine a Nikkei girl would be. This one's made by Shanghai. Next up is Rappy, the classic vacation version. Those thighs are ridiculous. Very nice though. The way the suit is cut, they're really bringing the focus on the legs. Probably the butt too. They ain't gonna show that though, not now, not yet. But she is painted, so she's gonna go up pretty soon. Man, they even like added a little bit of gloss to her legs. Like a little bit of a sheen, not outrageously so, but yeah, they know what they're doing. She's got a pretty face though, and the hair sculpt looks great. I love the way it's just like flowing out behind her. The strands just curling, like all over the place. Honestly, pretty impressive for a swimsuit figure. If there was like a little bit more to the base, like a beach ball, starfish or something, I feel like that could have elevated it even more. But let's be real, you're here for the thighs. You're getting them. You're probably getting something pretty good. Holy shit. Okay. A Nice Sparkling Summer version. Those things. Is she actually that big? These look bigger than I remember. Because I do remember. I see art of her all the time. Yeah, okay. Shanghai, again, a Nice Sparkling Summer version. I don't even know what to say. That one looks outstanding. Okay, Hyper Body, Red Hood. I'm exposing myself. Nikkei, Goddess of Victory. Yeah. So these are posable figures. They're like Figma, they're like Figuarts, but they're Good Smile Art Shanghai's thing. Do not know the quality of them, so we'll have to see. Another Shanghai figure of Awadi with coats. Very big coat. Making sure to lean forward too. So she's showing it all. These characters, man. Okay. Do dig the horns though. The braided hair, man. I love braided hair, especially like that. That's a big ass coat. Okay. Without coats, why not just make that an option? Maybe it will be. Maybe there's like a combo pack thing. But hey, I guess if you don't want it, you don't have to get it. Face is different though. But yeah, I don't know which one I like more. I think I like this one though, a little bit more endearing. We have a scale figure of Cheshire. Azur Lane, Shanghai, singing a song. Love the little Manju down here. Looks like a little mafioso. I'd say goon, but can't use that word anymore. No longer means a little grunt in the mafia or whatever. I miss it. As an Italian, that's my culture, dude. Not really the character I would expect to see this outfit on as somebody who doesn't play Azur Lane, but she's definitely killing it. She looks great. So yeah, a lot of good Azur Lane stuff. Formidable, heavy equipment version. I think I say this every time, but Shanghai Nendos are like iffy, specifically the Azur Lane ones, but I think they're getting better. So we'll wait and see. This one's got a lot going on because of the runway, the battleship behind her. And yeah, they're committing to it for sure, and I think she looks cute. From Blue Archive, we are in the gacha section. We have Mika, Call of the Stars. This one looks phenomenal. Really reminds me of Madoka, the Madokami figure that they made like years ago. They just released it again, but they're doing that thing where the inside is lined with the night sky, the pretty stars. I love her halo. So different, like, to most of the characters that I've seen from Blue Archive. It's like a whole ass galaxy with stars. The wings asymmetrically designed with the little like moon, some charms over here. Cute face, innocent expression, hair, lovely, light pink, right? She's clearly being suspended in midair by the base. I'm assuming this is like a crescent moon, kind of what it looks like. There's like the tip right here. You can barely see it, but I'm sure somewhere there's more photos of this figure, most likely at the event itself. Oh wow, they actually painted some more of these Blue Archive bunny girls. This is Akane Murakasa. It's just kind of crazy to see this. I've been waiting so long to see these girls painted, but they have not finished Karin. I am waiting to see Karin, but maybe she's the next figure, I don't know. I'm kind of surprised that they're changing up the finishes on the suits, because both Toki and Asuna had slightly different suits. Like, I think Asuna's had a shimmer to it, maybe like a metallic blue, and then Toki's maybe was glossy. I don't remember exactly, but I do recall pointing that out in some video. And here, Akane's just looks matte, like completely matte, the suit and the leggings, but that's not like a downside or anything. It does make them stand out on their own. But yeah, just kind of surprised by that. Very comfy bunny though. I love the, what is that? It's not a sweater. It's not a scarf. It's too big. She's wearing it around her sleeves. Is it a poncho? I don't know, but I like it. Do love it. Okay, we are not getting Karin, but we are getting a pop-up parade for Hibiki, the Memorial Lobby version, the cheerleader outfit, which means the other girl's probably here. Kotori with the Pudge, which makes this the best pop-up parade. Love her. We have a Nendo of Nonami, who is fully painted now with her Gatling gun, looking precious while holding it. For Max Factory, a Figma of Yuka, fully painted though, ready to go, likely gonna go off for pre-order pretty soon. A Playmatia of Toki, a scale figure of Ichika. This one looks great. The wings are so low on her, which is interesting, but that's just me not knowing the character. But yeah, pretty, simple, but pretty. We have a, oh, this is the swimsuit Wakamo figure. This one, I think this one's gonna like pop off. This one's gonna look so good when it's painted. It looks so good right now. I don't think I realized how like busty she was in the art. But yeah, wowie zowie at that. Really though, the umbrella is the most impressive part, plus the tail. Her tail is so big and fluffy with the flowers kind of like tying it together. Her outfit too, I don't know, there's just so much like draping cloth from the swimsuit itself around the shoulders all the way down to the sand, and then the cloth dangling off the umbrella, slightly fluttering, not too much, very gently so. And the face is such a vibe. I wonder if she's gonna be able to take that off. I hope she can, because she's a pretty character. I do like her face too, but I wouldn't object. You know, if this was the only way this figure works, I'd be fine with it. Makes it totally unique that way, but I think the fans are gonna want the option. It will likely be a slightly expensive swimsuit figure for sure. Like, this is a lot of plastic and a lot of detail. Even like her hair, just look at the head sculpt. It's kind of nuts. There's a lot going on up here. But I think the price will be worth it. Absolutely. Standout swimsuits are very interesting to me. We have Hinata in a swimsuit. A little bit more, you know, simplistic, but she does have that gigantic suitcase behind her. The swimsuit is a one piece, but it does have these cutouts on the side, which makes it a little bit, you know, sexier. The chest, of course, rather big on this one too. Cute, embarrassed expression, big ol' hats. Likely another good one, but not as much to write home about. Aru. She had a longer name. I don't know, it's not here though, I don't remember. Riku Hachima, maybe? She's got a scale figure coming from Max Factory. Her design is perfect. Love it. I wish it was painted. I probably would talk more about this one if it was actually painted, but that smug expression is like enough to make me interested. Yeah, love it a lot, but we are not at the final phase yet. We have Serika as a Nendo from Blue Archive, cute cat girl as well. I like the halo on this one. It looks cutesier. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be, but it's like very rounded around like the rectangular portions of it. I don't know. It's a cute halo. That's a weird thing to point out, but I feel that way. Plana, also getting a Nendo. Please forgive me as I press next, as I don't have that much to say. I did see this one announced earlier. I think there's another one after this. A scale figure of Hina in her dress. Does she have it? Oh, she has a swimsuit figure, but not like a normal figure. This dress is good. Love the wings. They're so low. Why are all these girls and their wings so low? I mean, it's creative, just a little weird to me. The way her hair is tied up is very pretty. And I bet since Good Smile is doing this, the gradation and like the sparkles, like the glitter, is gonna look really good. But yeah, then we got Akko. This one's gonna be very popular. I could just tell. Whenever this dress was shown off, non-stop art. Non-stop. Never stopped. Still going. So yeah, good choice to make a scale figure for Akko for sure. Another scale figure from Blue Archive actually, Kikyo. She looks super cool. This design's great. Excited to see how that one turns out. A pop-up parade for Nonami, Mischievous Straight version. Was this not? I guess this is like more in that same. There's a bunch of these, right? Like the idol outfits, but I guess Nonami did not have one. Pop-up parade for Tsubaki, the guide version. Looking half asleep here. Okay, I can understand. We have a Nendo of Hina. How does this design not have a figure, like a scale figure? This is like what they should be doing. This shit's nuts. But hey, she's getting a Nendo, so that's cool. A lot of Blue Archive. Ayane Okusora, Figma Shiroko, Suna Okami, riding version, so she's gonna come with a bike, which is kind of neat. In her racing attire, that's pretty cool. Golden Kamui. Koito, I think I saw another one of Sergeant Tsukishima. So 2 more Golden Kamuis on the way. My Hero Academia, Denki, just completing, you know, gotta get all the characters in here for My Hero, that's fine. Oh, Nendoroid Surprise, so that's like those little tiny Nendos that are blind boxes. Good idea. New outfit for Nanachi, blue. Okay, I do like the blue on her. Pop-Up Parade SP Bondrude. Not sure what the scale is gonna be. I don't think he's done. This looks unfinished, but Bondru's design always hits. Super cool character in terms of just look. Kind of a fucked up individual, but got a good design. Really wish I bought that Q's figure. I think it's pretty hard to get right now. Could be one to get, you know, I'll keep my eye out. Ritsu from Mob Psycho. Cool. Love that. Was not expecting more, if I'm being honest. Reagan, Mob, I thought they were done. But we're getting Ritsu. Hope we get more. Haikyuu. I guess, like, Volume 2 of Nendoroid Surprise. Okay. Volume 3? Nekoma. Oh, Karusuno and Nekoma. So there's, like, variants here. Gotcha. From Idolish, we have 4 boys getting figures or Nendos. Haruka, Minami, Toma, and Torao. We have Skate the Infinity. Babies. Boom. Okay, are we at the end? I don't know. That seems like it was going to be the end. I'm ready to wrap up because we still have a whole extra section to do after this, where it's like the in-person stuff, and I have to like find all of that for you guys. But plug suit version Nendos for Rei and Asuka. Saw this earlier. Surprised that wasn't a thing already, but okay. From Ghost in the Shell, Pop-Up Parade Motoko Kusanagi, large size. That's cool. Sitting down, just like those others, but this is not part of that classification. Looks pretty cool though. Love the way they sculpted her hair, and the outfit too. Hope this one looks good when it's done. Pop-Up Parade Lucy Natsu costume version, large size. Did they make a normal one, and then an XL, and then go back to the large? Or am I crazy? I feel like that's what they did. Nendo for Urza. Great. You know, we need her. Have to have a Nendo for her. Yomamushi Pedal, getting Nendoroid Lights for Sakamichi. Sangaku, Yusuke, and Jinpachi. I think Nendoroid Light is just like no accessories or like very light on the accessories. Could be misremembering that. King's Proposal, Saika. I gotta spend a little bit more time here. This one looks outstanding. I believe the artist behind this girl works on Neptunia, right? Like Hyper Neptunia. I'm pretty sure that's right. Could be wrong though, but it is hitting a similar vibe. Yeah, I love the way they painted her. The gradation is really nice on the top and on the inside. Got like an aurora under her, which is neat. I wonder how like deep that goes in terms of like the spectrum of colors. Her hair has a nice shine to it too, specifically on the inside, the silver. It looks like silver, could be like pearlescent paint, could be silver, could be some kind of metallic, but it looks exquisite in my opinion. Yeah, great hair sculpt, really nice outfit with like the fluffy bits all around her shoulders, looks really good to me. Just has a nice presence overall because of how wide the clothes are, like how much it's billowing outward. And yeah, the halo, I don't know, because it has this like big stick going into her head, I feel like they could have figured out a better way to sculpt that. It doesn't look like it's very thick plastic, but I guess it's heavy enough where it would fall down if they're not careful. But it's so obvious. I wish they hit it a little bit better. From a certain scientific railgun, we have Misaki with her sparkly star eyes as usual. Super cute, a doll of Megumi from Saikano, okay. Nendoroid Inuyasha, New Moon version, and Shippo, this little guy over here. Been slightly nostalgic for Inuyasha. Didn't watch it that much, but the endings burned into my brain. Maybe I should give it more of a shot, but I didn't watch a lot of Adult Swim back in the day. Kaiba, Nendo, looks pretty good. His head shape, though, kind of phallic. You know? A little bit. Deedlit, beautiful. Might be like the best Nendo I've seen today. I think it's just kind of cheating though, because Deedlit is such a good character design. One of these days, I'm gonna watch this show. I'm gonna see if I actually would want something like this, because I absolutely love her character design. But the only thing I know about her is that one indie game, which was really good. Love the team behind that game, Team Ladybug. But yeah, design-wise, absolutely perfect and very pretty, even as a Nendo. I think this is actually a pretty Nendo. We have Tama and Jinka from Sengoku Yoko, which are probably cool, but I'm just jealous that we completely skipped over Biscuit Hammer, which is one of my favorites of all time. Never gonna happen now because the anime bombed so hard. We have Chino, the winter uniform version, very cute. I did used to own her other Nendo. I sold it because, I mean, I don't need it anymore. I have too many figures. But I remember it being a good one. I remember it being cute, so this one probably will as well. Yoko is also getting a 2.0. I'm surprised they spread these out, the 2.0s. They should have been grouped together. But it's Yoko. You know Yoko. If you don't, go watch Gurren Lagann. You're missing out on peak. Belle Dandy from Oh My Goddess. Another one that's cool to see, because not really getting many figures anymore. Very cute. Love the way she looks, honestly. Just from like the markings on her face, the outfit, the hair. Hope these aren't too delicate. Yeah, I like that one a lot. Coco. Just this one's a surprise. I remember this one getting announced like last time or something, maybe like a couple events ago. But she's looking good, looking on point. Happy to see it. Papa Parade for Sora. You know, she gets every type of figure. Super popular. Another one of those characters. Weird announcement card. I don't know, maybe it'll look like that. Would be a little boring, but the outfit's cute enough, so I would not complain about that. Sora Nagino, fully painted prototype, looking cute. We have Naja from Ashita no Naja. Love the 2000s look that she's got. She's gonna be put up for pre-order pretty soon. Astro Boy, super cute. Why does he look so cute? How'd they like do this so well? Was not expecting this to really look that good for some reason. His hair is so glossy, which is perfect, because he's a robot boy. I love it. Even like the way they did the flames looks pretty good. Can't wait to see the accessories and the other face plates too. We have Rikuo Nura, Knight version. Okay, don't know him. Figma of Akira Sato from The Fable. Don't know what I'd say about that one. Papa Parade Al Azif, large size. Sorry if I said that wrong. Showing a bit of her tush from Demon Bane. Pretty cute. What is that supposed to be? But yeah, kind of lewd for sure. Ippo getting a Nendo, a little angry Ippo figure. One of those series where it's like, how does this guy not have more figures? There are some, for sure. In fact, I almost bought one of them, but I think it was like very heavy, very expensive. But amazing show. Absolutely. Hope they make more Ippo characters. But Ippo's looking good. Very muscular little Nendo fella. It's just funny looking to me. Oh my god, this one actually looks incredible. We have the Black Rock Shooter Dawnfall Empress Huke version. Maybe that's why it looks so good, because he is the GOAT. Look at her leg. It is shattered, and it's not falling over. How is that even working? Oh my god, that's impressive. The flames around her arm, the flames around her leg, the sheer size of this one. The way her hair is like aggressively blowing off to the side. It does surprise me how many Black Rock Shooter figures they make, because it's not like Miku, where I feel like they sell incredibly well, though the designs are absolutely warranting these figures for sure, but I don't know how much money is actually in this series in terms of like sales. But count me interested, count me locked in on like looking up this one in the future and maybe pre-ordering it. Zutamayo, oh shit, really? Nirachan Devil, time left. I am definitely keeping my eyes on this one as well. Though I do like her Nendo way better in terms of design. I'm not gonna overlook this if it turns out good. Looks okay right now, but count me interested cause it's Zutamayo. From Uma Musume, Pretty Derby. Surprised we haven't seen this series earlier. Agnes, I think there's 3 of them right now. Jungle Pockets and Manhattan Cafe. These are great names. Such good names, especially these 2. My friend told me these are from the movie, maybe? I hope he's right, and I hope I'm remembering correctly. All cute designs, though, for sure. I wish there was like a painted figure from this series. That's what I want to see right now. Seiwin Sky, large size pop-up braid, cute design, like the outfit a lot, very frilly. Oh shit, Uguri Cap, Ashen Miracle, so determined. This one's made by Good Smile Company. It's so funny to me how I just naturally like the designs of this series so much more than like any other gacha. I don't know why. Like, it's not, I don't think it's the horse girl thing. I just think whoever's like drawing these girls are doing such a good job at making me like the outfits, the faces. Her hair looks lovely. The colors, I think, are really what's selling me on this one. And the boots, the leggings look excellent. The shading there, too. A lot of, like, studded diamonds or gems on the boots. And that, like, I don't know, I guess I'll just call it jewelry. Or the chain looks really nice as well. Don't know if I'll get it, because there's other horse girls that I want over her, but... and I haven't committed to them yet. So there's, like, a line. I'm being very stubborn. I'm like stopping myself, even though I shouldn't. Because, yeah, I mean, hey, this one might be a leaner. Maybe that'll be the reason I don't get this. Because, like, yeah, she's just jumping forward. She leaping. So I'm a little worried about that. But she might have some extra support on the shin or the knee or whatever. So we'll see. Good Smile Company, Melusine. I forgot they were making this. This looks more like a Phat Company thing. I think this is like a swimsuit? Maybe not. I don't know. If I had the original art in front of me, I would be able to remember. She's got like a cestus, like ready to punch somebody. And a taiyaki bottle, I'm guessing. I like that too. I guess I usually just like the goofy stuff slapped onto the characters. This is sort of like casual clothes, like barely. She's like barely wearing anything. The thinnest shorts imaginable. The tiniest like crop top sweatshirt. But a face mask, I do like that, and her face looks good. But yeah, you know, cool stuff, cool stuff. Next up, Fate Grand Order Alter Ego Ashiya Doman. Okay, cool guy. From Orange Rouge, makes sense. Also from Fate Grand Order, Kadok Zemlupus. Zemu Lupusu. Okay, I said that right. Pretender Oberon, 3rd Ascension version. I've learned this guy is insanely popular. Wasn't Alter making a crazy figure of this guy at some point? Don't think that went up for pre-order yet. I feel like I would have talked about that one for sure. Figma of Caster, Cutie for sure, Playmatia, Shielder, Nendoroid Saber from that new game. This is a game, right? I feel like I've seen a lot of buzz about this game. I like it. I like the eyes specifically. Very nice contrast with the rest of the outfit and the hair. Doll of Lancer. Is a funny top. Very, very colorful stuff. Gilgamesh, gotta have Gilgamesh, kind of like that one. More Nendoroid dolls from Token Ranbu, just to go through them. My voice is starting to go, and I know I still have a big section to do at the end. From Idolmaster, Gakuen Idolmaster is a Nendo of Saki Hanami. Cute. Princess Connect Redive scale figure for Yui ceremonial outfit. Looks okay. We're not getting the full picture, but I think the base is kind of nothing. It looks like a model kit base, the way she's lifted up, but I could be wrong. They could have changed it. but that's probably why they're not showing it. But hey, at least it makes us get a better shot at her face. I guess the only reason I don't really love it is because it's like a big sea of whites, and it's really getting carried by the trim of gold. I mean, it is pretty. Her face is pretty. The pink and the shading, like on top, like almost like an orange hue, does look good. In fact, I'm probably like hating on this for absolutely no reason. I do like how she's holding onto this like little elemental fella so caringly. Like she looks like she really cares about it. But yeah, I don't know. Not a huge standout for me personally. This is fucking cool. We have the Shin Japan Heroes Universe scale figure of Ultraman, Kamen Rider Unit 1, and Godzilla. Like, I don't know how big that is. Can't imagine it's that big. But it looks really good, and it's such a great idea. Scale figure of Rika, Blue Sky Station. Look at the butt peak right there. You ain't slick. This one's Shanghai. Who was the other company that was making the massive thigh Rika? I thought it was them. I guess it's not them. I don't know. I only say that because her thighs seem pretty reasonable here. In fact, they almost look a little smaller than they should be. Love this outfit, though, specifically the red jacket. Looks like she has earrings on, so maybe this is like a date thing. Need better photos of this figure for sure to get confirmation on that. Nails are definitely painted, but yeah, I just think it's funny that they made sure to make sure her butt is poking out there. Figma EX Ride Small Dinosaur. That's kind of cool. Probably gonna be too much money to really want it, but just making a little raptor that anybody could ride, I'm down. Scale figure Alice Chan. I completely forgot this was in the gallery because this was teased earlier in the week. This is a figure designed by Tori Domino, who I always talk about, works on the Ryza games, yada yada yada, always saying that, of course. Made MX Chan, who I'm a big fan of. That figure is perfect, 10 out of 10. I will say this design doesn't like hit as hard for me, but I'm still heavily interested in it because I just love the art. Like the artist is just, that's my man. That's my guy. He could do no wrong. I don't know what the theme of this specifically is supposed to be, but there's a lot of dice. Like there is a dice motif and she is a cat girl. They had to make sure the top was completely open, showing the swimsuit or the bikini or the bra. Looks like a bikini to me, not sure though because it's unpainted. Thick thighs, as you would imagine. The way the skirt is like kind of sinking into her thighs. Yeah, good stuff for sure. We have Figma Guyver, gigantic. Totally different design, so it's not just bigger. This thing's gonna cost so much money, like 25,000. Like I don't even want to think about it because the Guyver figures are always so expensive. Maybe I overshot, maybe 20,000. I'll cut him a little bit of slack, but yeah, scale figure Maple Race Queen version from Nekoyome. Is that just Nekopara's like in-house team? Looks all right. I feel like the colors look a little flat. I don't love that one right now. This one's a little bit cuter to me. I do like her colors. Might have just been a palette thing. Not sure. But Cinnamon, Race Queen version, I like that one. Not bad at all. Scale figures for their 10th anniversary. Cute idea. I hope you get the whole little... Actually, you have to because they're standing here. If they don't commit, that would make no sense because then you don't really get anything 10th anniversary about it. Scale figure of Mau Mau Garden Party version. Was this not... no, I think we did see this before. I thought this was Good Smile Company for a second, but it's actually Wonderful Works. I feel like we did see this announced previously, but it is painted. I think it's pretty, but I do like the one that went up like a week ago a little bit more. I think I just like that, design for Mau Mau. This is like when she's all dolled up. Not my thing. Totally different design though, and looks really well painted. The shading of the hair and the fact that her knees are kind of like stressing out the dress a little bit. You kind of see them poking out. Honestly, this kimono, like the dark pink portion, it almost looks velvety. Like it almost doesn't look like plastic to me. Very interesting. Very nice paint job overall. Yeah. Oh man, the green sleeves. The pink ones too. Really good colors. Not my thing, but really, really good colors. Scale figure for Megumi from Luminous Box. Not sure what art they're going for, light novel, anime, etc. Very simplistic little Megumin figure though. As long as it's priced accordingly, not gonna complain. So just make it cheap, make it affordable, and then we're good. Swimsuit figure from Solar Rain of Ryza. Not really in desperate need of this because we have a few of them already, but the swimsuit is different. And there's a wave, and you know, the sand down here. The pose is nice, very lively. Having a blast at the beach. We are getting one for Lila, though. Or is it Leela? I'm going to say Lila. Correct me in the comments. Yeah, this one's a little bit more interesting to me. We're in a one piece, which is surprising. But, you know, cut in certain areas to show off the hips and all that. Looks good. From Solar Rain, we also have a swimsuit figure for Claudia. Almost doesn't look like a swimsuit figure to me, more like a cute little dress. But whatever they call it, seems like it's coming along nicely. Also from Luminous Box is another figure of Rika, putting on some socks, adjusting them. Her face looks strange. I do not like this figure. Good pose though. I like the idea. Strange face. Head looks huge, like the forehead. I don't usually point that out, but just because I'm so laser focused on why her face looks a little alien to me, it just seems like they're not doing that right. Another swimsuit figure, another Solar Rain figure actually. Here we have Yumi from Senran Kagura. This one's slightly different in its setup because she's like running along the beach, heading towards the water, kind of away from you, but looking back, like invitingly so. Gives you a look at the tush, which honestly a lot of the swimsuit figures don't, unless you turn the figure around, of course. And she's got the inflatable ring ready to go, and I like her hat too. Might be a good one. We have Asuka. Man, her bust looks huge. I mean, Yumi's was as well. I guess usually they are the same size, huh? I don't know, they just look a little bit too big here. But yeah, similar setup and all of that. Not as interesting, I guess. She's kind of just standing there. A little bit more sporty because of the hats. And I guess the sweatshirt tied around the hips. An original figure from Magic Mold. This is Scale Figures Colors Sumugi. I feel like the Colors line was something that Solar Rain was doing, so maybe they're associated in some way. It doesn't look anything like that Colors Blue girl, but that's not a problem, or at least I don't think it is. I think this is a pretty figure. Mostly because of her outfit though. I like this kimono, and I like her boots, like a lot. Like this just works for me. Hair is very pretty, face is very pretty, lantern to the side, very thin, but I do like it. The splash of red, the bird hanging out, a little stone walkway. It's chill. This one's good. I think this is our last one. We have a Nendo of Chihaya Ayase from Chihaya Furu Season 3. I am not caught up on the series, unfortunately, but I did watch Season 1, and it was fantastic. I wish I was more like into this series, so I had a little bit more to say about it. But she does look pretty. I feel like those eyes are on point with the art style of the anime at the very least. And I do love the colors of the outfit, the blue and the red. Little flower pattern on the top portion. But yeah, that's gonna do it, at least for this section. But I don't really know what I'm doing right now in terms of the rest of this video. It could be over. I could be making a part 2. Or we might be continuing on to more. I think that's what we're gonna do. I don't think there's enough for an entirely different video. But I need to like gather that stuff. So I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna catch my breath. We're gonna come back either like, I don't know, in an hour or like next day. I don't know, in the morning. But for you guys, it'll be 2 seconds. So yeah, see you then. Okay, we're back, but it's actually only been like 5 minutes. I need to talk about this. There's actually so many more figures than I thought at this event. But this, we're looking at this right now. 1/6 scales of Taiga, both versions of them. They're making one goddamn 6 scales of these now. I don't think they've ever done that. I know they've made like 1/8 scales, but now they're taking the molds. They've made 4 versions of these goddamn figures already, and now there's 2 more of them, but they're just smaller, which is not a bad idea. But you had to do this to me. You had to do it with Taiga, who is already just like being pumped out over and over and over again, and it's just like, when will it end? When will it actually end? Dude, her bow tie looks a little glossy though. Like, whoa, is that like shiny now? They changed it. Figure saved. I don't know. Nah, but seriously, it's just like, I actually feel like I'm going crazy looking at these figures. I'm not buying them. I'm absolutely not buying them. They actually would fit better in my collection, but I just can't. I just can't do it. I just can't do it. But yeah, this is going to be a scuffed after party. I'm tacking this on to the end of our video because I'm a tired guy right now. I've been recording. I looked at my thing. Took me like 2.5 hours because I had to redo some stuff, had to get up. And I'm realizing that like splitting this into 2 parts is just like asinine. I really don't want to do that. But I also want to get this video out fast for you guys. I know a lot of people like that I kind of get these out at a quick rate. So we're going to use our good friends, Rudu Berries. Did I say that right? Moe Pop. We've used them before. We've used their website before. One of the best places to find some information on figures. So check them out if you haven't already. But yeah, let's just go through some stuff. These photos are nice. I don't know if it's their photos. I think it might be. Dolphin Wave, 1/4 scales of Kuruse Minami and Izumi Kiri, who is this girl. These look pretty standard, very basic suits, wrinkly at the very least. But they're both pretty busty at the same time. We have Saikano. This is Megumi, bunny version 2nd. So I guess there's already one figure of her already. Forgive me for my lack of knowledge on bunny girls. This is not something that I often collect. In fact, I have 2 of them and they're both Taiga. So yeah. 1/4 scale of Yami as well as Momo. There's actually 3 1/4 scales of these 2 at this event. You can see these 2 back here, but those have been up for pre-order this month. We'll talk about them in the next video. They really defined her butt through the suit. Yami's body looks pretty good too. Like the arch of her back and just like her pose. The emphasis on the, the armpit and the hips. Pretty good. Not gonna lie, pretty good stuff. But there's also these, which I'm not sure what these are. It might just be a different color because these are the exact same poses as the older figures. So it beats me. Not sure. They're still 1/4 scale, so they're not doing the 1/6 scale thing. But really do not know. Cafe Terrence and its goddess, 1/4 scale figures of Ono and Hooji Akane. Not bunnies. Well, not wearing that much. Kind of surprised. These 2 are so different. Like, just nothing. Just wearing absolutely nothing. But cool. Very cool. A lot of Senran Kagura. This one doesn't look that great, though. Her face looks so strange. Maybe it'll look better in the future. Super bust on this one. And remember, these are going to be cast-offs. I'm going to assume this is in order. So we have Toki, Senko, and Gecko. I like these 2. Very Easter, you know, like the coloring. Very cutesy. I mean, some would say these are a little too spherical, a little unnatural, but it's also a cartoon character. We're not looking for absolute, like, reality perfection all of the time. Next up, we have Goddess of Victory, Nikkei. This is Helm in, like, a commander shirt, uniform, jacket, but it's completely see-through, assumingly it's wet. And you can see the bikini underneath, pretty skimpy bikini. Not totally ridiculous, but pretty small for the character's bust. And then there is Rupee, just dancing on a pole, which I kind of love this, actually. This is a great one. Love her expression. She is so smug. And the little fang, little coin over here, little fluffy boa shawl. This was kind of cool. 1/4 scales of 2B and A2. And I'll give him some credit. I slightly like her face more here than the Good Smile Company one. Just looks a little bit more mature to me. And the proportions seem a little bit more accurate. I think the weapon, like the spear, the face on it for A2, that's gonna probably jack up the price for her figure, just because they have to sculpt all of that. So I do expect a bit of a price difference between the 2. That might be it for freeing. We'll double check. I guess this is just gonna be one messy video. I don't think this is new. I swear we've seen this before, but Hatsune Miku Digital Stars 2023 version, the one with the shark teeth. Just a mental design, has a crazy, like, dragon tail behind her. Just totally different, and I like that. We have the Hatsune Miku Expo 10th Anniversary version. This one has her twin tails segmented into 4 bits, so it looks like she has even more hair, and I kind of dig that. The swoops kind of going against each other, like making a little circle. And yeah, there's like a slight perspective thing with the base as it kind of tilts backwards a little bit, makes her look a little taller. Not in love with that one, but it's not bad at all. This one's very cute. I definitely have seen this one before in the past. But wow, precious. Love it. Absolutely love it. Not sure if her skin is like slightly too pale, but it does fit, like, I don't know, the vibe. This definitely is like a younger feeling Miku, so I think that's fair. From S-Fire, we have 4 figures from Kaiju number 8, Mr. Kaiju number 8, Mina, and Kikuro and Soshiro. So yeah, now these guys have a bunch of options, because Kotobukiya have also put out figures of every single one of these. This one looks pretty cool. just because of the electricity. Though it might need to be like lit up correctly so that this looks good. Might not look as great on the final product. I like his face. I don't know. Something about it looks a little bit different than what I've been seeing. Might be the pupils. Not sure. But like the gradients look really nice on the pecs. I think it looks good. Moving on, Mina having that like gigantic cannon. A little bit more impressive on the Kotobukiya figure, though we haven't talked about that one yet. But at the same time, that one did need a support. So this one might win out in the end, but maybe if we saw her at a different angle, I would be saying something different. I just want to see how like wide this figure is if you tilt her, or if you turn her rather. Otherwise, Kikuro and Soshiro look pretty basic, pretty similar to the Kotobukiya figures, except in my opinion, slightly worse, because I think Kotobukiya put in a little bit more effort into the suits. So much more wrinkly. And I just like the way Kotobukiya colored them. They're like jet black. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe these are right. But for me personally, haven't started the show yet. I do like their interpretation just a little bit more. I'm just going through stuff. 1/7 scale F-necks of Ilya and Miyu with tattoos down there. Okay. Looks cute though. Looks like it's, you know, the correct art style for Ilya, or Prisma Ilya specifically. I could dig it. I could dig it. This figure we've seen a bajillion times. Absolutely. I cannot believe how long that figure has taken to come out. We have DP12 with that really, really thin dress. Made by Wonderful Works, who I absolutely trust will get this right. Simple on the palette, but very, very effective. Her blue hair looks great. I want to see more of the back of her hair because it's completely white over here. I'm not sure if that's just like the strands gradation, or maybe it's like kind of just cutting off right here. Need more information, but I think the highlight is definitely the dress and just like the naturally forming creases as it goes down, drapes all the way down. And I like her face too. Her red eyes look really nice. Okay, let's scroll down. Actually, let's refresh the page. Also, feel free to follow me. I'm trying to post more. I think we did talk about everything from Freeing, so that's good. Nope, we did not. Okay, this is now a terrible video. Okay, Freeing, I was reincarnated as the 7th prince so I can take my time perfecting my magical ability 1/4 scale Silpha Bunny version. Simple Bunny. Love this color of blue though. I feel like when they use this color, I usually like the figure a little bit more. Her face is cute. I like the blush. Simplistic otherwise. We move on. City Hunter, 1/4 scale of Nogami Psycho. This one looks cool. More on the mature side, a bit of lip gloss. I like the knives. Attached to her leg. The suit does look like every other suit. Oh, she's holding onto a knife as well. Yeah, this one's cool. Neat. Martian successor Nadeshiko is getting a little bunny figure, and by little I mean kind of big. Now, I haven't seen this show I missed out on. I feel like we've seen figures of her though, and her hair was not this color. So who's right and who's wrong? I feel like Freeing's wrong. I just looked it up a second ago. It should be more of like a gray, shouldn't it? Maybe like a light blue, like a really light blue. But this is just blue. The fishnets are like bigger on this one, like the holes. Not sure if that'll be on the final product or not. Another bunny figure. I guess Freeing really showed up at this event, huh? We have the Ito bunny, which looks like she is wearing a suit that is a little bit too small, as it like really is tight around the chest. Has a band around it as well, though I doubt that's really impacting anything there. I like the pearls on the headpiece. The ears are very like shiny, maybe even glossy, but they usually are, so I don't know why I would even point that out. A little bit more creasing than you typically get. I like the dark red heels, and the fishnets are similar to Nadeshiko. I think I saw another girl here, also from Ito Bunny. I guess different characters, not sure if they have names. She's cute. I like her hairstyle. The way it's done, covering the eye. Seems like she's snacking on a sundae. Maybe she was supposed to be delivering it, yet she's eating it instead. Might have white fishnets instead of black, which, you know, preference and all of that. Cutesy, simplistic bunny suit though, not as much as you know, standing out to me, but I think the art style is just really carrying this one. Another bunny girl, this one is Ryu bunny version, looks more like a swimsuit design, but she's a bunny, she's got the ears. Fishnets do not go all the way up, which makes sense if this actually is a swimsuit, which it kind of does look like one. Just really like silver and blue. I do like her hair. Might be translucent at the tips, at the bangs, but it doesn't look bad. And I think the frills are cute too, around the waist, around the sleeves, right? Just a good look. I dig the design for sure. That might be it though. From Claynell, which is a up-and-coming company associated with Aniplex, I'm pretty sure, we have a unicorn wedding version. A lot of stuff propping this figure up, unfortunately. But, you know, ambition does come at a cost. There is a lot up here. Really, I feel like this is what needs to be supported, the little unicorn. I'm assuming it's a plushie. But, I don't know, 3 just because of, like, her sleeves? Might be overdoing it. Very cute outfit, though. Huge sleeves as well. I feel like that's kind of a common trait we see with the unicorn figures, because I feel like we've seen others. Maybe it was another character, but I swear we've seen other figures of her that look like this. Love her heels with the little ribbons behind them, little star charms too. But yeah, interested to know what colors they're choosing for that figure. 1/4 scales. Oh shit. Okay, Bocchi the Rock, Nijika, Ryo, and Ikuyo. So we're getting what we wanted. If they're showing this image of Hitori with the guitar, then that surely means that these 3 are also going to have their instruments, which means they're actually giving us what everybody was complaining about with the Good Smile Company figures. So hopefully this one turns out good. Maybe I should have pre-ordered it. I didn't. Maybe I'm dumb. I think you can still find it though, so I'm not going to stress that. But kind of excited now. Yeah, especially for a good Nijika figure. I really do want a figure of her at some point. But you know, if you get 2 of them, you kind of got to get 4. If you only get 1, you could just make the excuse, I like this character. Aniplex, Your Lie in April, figure of Kayori. I don't know if it's this specific dress. I hope it is. I don't think we have figures where she's wearing this specific dress, and she's got the violin. But great idea. Absolutely great idea. So I think that's very easily translated into a figure for sure. So excited to see how that one turns out. Aniplex, My Dear Moments, Atri, very wrinkly outfit. Also a lot of emphasis put on her hair, because it's just like flowing all over the place. In front of the figure, in the back, off to the side. But also the dress is doing that too. Pretty dynamic, you know? Next up, the Elusive Samurai, non-scale figure Hojo Tokiyuki. So he's just sitting down, chilling. They make a ton of figures like this. Not sure how big they are, but I know they're not very expensive. So that's a plus. Next up, oh shit, I was waiting to see this one. We have the Fate Grand Order crossing over with Pecora scale figure, specifically Mash, wearing Mash's armor, has the shield, of course. I know the bunny is different, I just don't remember the name of that little, like, fox creature thing that hangs out with Mash, but it's got, like, the tuft of hair and the fluffier ears, right? So that's clearly a reference. But this is such a crazy crossover. But I love it. I also really like the colors too. There's like a slight difference in art style with her face. Like her eyes aren't exactly the same, but it still looks enough like her. And I'm just really pining for a 1/7 scale. I'm tired of these 1/4 scales. I don't want one of those, even though both of them look very good. Just not something I'm trying to buy. So this is on my radar. Kind of love how it turned out. Feel like it's going to be a little bit too expensive, but who knows. Next up, from Solar Rain, why was this not in the gallery, bro? We have a figure of Yuyuko. She is getting so many figures. I don't know where this happened, why this happened, but I've seen like 3 or 4 new ones of just Yuyuko. It's great that we're getting other Tohos or Tuhus, but yeah, honestly, I do want a figure of her though. I don't have one yet. Not sure if this would be the one I get. I know some of them do have prototypes, but that is not a prototype. Oh, this is the one. Yeah, this is the one. Okay. So, we have Akane, Rika, and Yume in the Dreamy Divas style from Solar Rain. Just the prototypes look pretty much exactly like the art, but if you ask me, the art was kind of exaggerating the characters' like largest assets. Like Akane's chest is definitely a little bit bigger here, and Rika's thighs are definitely a little bit thicker here. Not super familiar with Yume. She looks the most normal, if you ask me. Very pretty. Honestly, they're doing a good job. You know, controversial as it may be, I feel like most people are just like down for this, but it was a funny moment. I still remember that day fondly. It was a good time, but the sculpts are great so far. They're also making a Black Rock shooter, the Pilot Edition version, another ambitious-ass figure for Black Rock shooter. It's always of like the main character though. It's always a Black Rock. None of the other characters get any figures anymore. This one's very cool just because she's like chilling, she's sitting, looking off to the distance, deep in thought, I'm sure. It just like nails that kind of vibe for sure. A lot of bass. There's so much bass on this figure. It's one of those figures of Black Rock because there's been plenty, like the one on the bike, where the focus really isn't on Black Rock herself or Empress, but just like everything else. But I feel like here, Black Rock Shooter is big enough where she's still like a major highlight of the figure. And she's sitting on her like giant railgun cannon, whatever it is. Also holding onto like a sword, I guess. It's cool. It's definitely cool. Very ambitious though, a little scary just because of all the chains and stuff. But yeah, always interested in these Black Rock Shooter figures. They're very cool to me. Color's red. So yeah, I was right. They do these colors figures. This one is red. No color, unfortunately. But she's an archer girl with a really cool looking bow. And her quiver. They're like spring-loaded or something. Like you press down, they fly out of there. That's my headcanon. She's cool though. I like her. We have a blue archive figure of Miyu, the swimsuit version. Looking as sad as always. Holding on to her weapon, of course. Wearing the Crocs. A little bit of flourishes on the base, the bucket, the bottle. A couple of duckies. Here is S-Fire's Hatsune Miku. This is the Aki Ryoko version, which unfortunately looks how I expected it to. Really took that art, that beautiful art, and just like stripped it of all the nice colors and just like details. I don't know, man. Like S-Fire is not a bad company, but I feel like they shouldn't make Miku. I don't think they make good Miku figures. This is such a waste of a design in my opinion because it's actually precious and super cute, but none of it's really coming across here besides her face, which, you know, cute Miku, but the hair just leaves me disappointed. The color of like the coat, no shading whatsoever. Like the design carries it a little bit, but if this is a scale figure, like a 1/7 scale, and it costs like 20,000 yen, we just can't be doing that. But if it's a small figure, if it's like 8,000 yen, then I'm not complaining. That's perfectly fine, very reasonable, but I don't like it with my assumption that this is a larger figure. Okay, what do we have next? From Kadokawa, we have Yunyun Light Novel 10th Anniversary version. Now this says 1/7 scale. I think that's wrong, because the other girls are like 1/10. Like two of them just went up for pre-order, Aqua and Darkness, and they're on the smaller side and the cheaper side. Now this outfit is great. I actually love this a lot, but I think people were disappointed that these were on the smaller side. But, you know, they're cheap too. Just feels weird. I don't know why they're doing them at such a small scale. But people who don't want to spend 200 bucks, they're winning right now. Oh, here it is. Okay, so Kadokawa making a Kurisu figure, kind of similar to the Reading Steiner version of her, but not exactly. It's a different piece of art. These photos make this figure look very drab. You know, like I don't love the colors, the shading of her hair, just the color choices in general. More of that like brown rather than orange. It's kind of like a mix of both, right? But here it's just brown, which, you know, maybe people like that. I mean, hey, her jacket doesn't look shiny like the Reading Steiner version. Not that it was super shiny, just had a slight sheen to it. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's a cool concept. If these like monitors light up, I think that does kind of save the figure a little bit. It looks like they do. Like each monitor does kind of have a glow to it. And I think that would be pretty cool, but I don't know. The color choices just really aren't hitting for me. The water rippling down there, that's from the original art. Can't really knock that. Looks fine. But yeah, man, I wish I liked this a little bit more. But we do have the Ultimate Kurisu figure right now, so it's not like we're in desperate need of this. But I'm not like hoping a figure fails or anything. I just wish I was a little bit more impressed by it. Weird image. Oh, this is the one where she's just like naked, like on the beach, but they're not showing it. Okay. All right. Wonder what'll happen when that one actually goes up for pre-order. What will that gallery look like? Goblin Slayer Archer. I swear, did we not see this one? Maybe I'm thinking of the other figure from Phat Company. She looks cuter here. I think the face is a little bit cuter on this figure than the Phat Company one. Love the colors too. Specifically the green portions, the brown, like the shading on her shorts, look pretty nice as well. Hair is a really light green. I do like the color. They are using translucent plastic, so don't want to say it, but you know how I feel about that. Not my favorite. A little bit of lip gloss, which I do like it when figures have just a hint of it. Doesn't feel necessary for this specific figure or character, but I do feel like it adds a little bit to the face. Because, you know, 9.9 times out of 10, these characters are very pretty. So, yeah. All right, we have a kimono figure for Chisato, which, really nice pattern. Love the colors on this one, actually. Do we get another angle? Like this golden bow and the really lush green pattern, but the white is also gradating into orange. Maybe some people wouldn't like that color palette, but I do. Next up, we have the 10th anniversary version of Megumin. Maybe I'm thinking of different figures, but I swear this is part of that same line. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, but this is probably my favorite of the uniforms specifically. Maybe it doesn't look exactly how I remember Megumin looking, but I think these are based off of the light novel, so it's a different art style. You gotta remember that for these figures. And if these are cheap figures, then I think these are actually pretty nice looking special effects for a 9,000 yen figure. So I'll give it up, not too bad. Phat Company time. These guys make some wild stuff. This girl's wearing no underwear. I'm assuming she's a maid, right? Just taking off her socks. Long day, sweating a lot, tired of it, just wants to chill. Ryza 3 swimsuit figure. We're getting a lot of these swimsuit Ryza figures. I mean, it's Ryza 3. We don't have a lot of Ryza 3 figures, so I think I'm okay with this one. It's good. It's cool. Glad it's happening. We have a cowgirl from Kanan-sama of Kanan. This looks familiar. I don't know if I actually know her, though. But a little cowboy outfit with cow print bikini. From Arms Notes, we have a figure of Mine-chan. This looks familiar. Might have been another company making her, though. From Phat, we also have Sophia F. Shearing. Cheerleader version, kind of like a bunny suit as well. Well, not really, just the ears. The original art is very nice, so this one will probably look pretty nice as well. This character is winning in terms of just like figures nonstop. Another one, a cow bikini version with the tank behind her. That is degenerate as fuck. Okay. Yeah, all right. You know what that one's all about. Let's keep going. She's drinking it too. Okay, anyway, next up, from Azur Lane, we have Toringen tidying in the Moonlight version, Shimikaze Clumsy Moon Rabbit version, and Asanagi Lulled by Rough Seas version. Very skimpy swimsuit on this one. Very fluffy tail too. And this Manju, looking like a straight badass with the sunglasses. I'm assuming the shaved ice. Little Manju up here. I'm assuming that's just like part of the pipe. But this one's like a little baby. He's so tiny. Anyway, Shimikaze. This one's pretty cute. Just making a total mess. Really do like her braided hoop hair and the paper lanterns. But kind of a shame she's supported like this. I get it. The pose, she's literally leaning forward. She's falling down, so the figure would just fall down straight up if this wasn't here. But yeah, you got two of them because of the tray as well. And then correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Toringen originally, like the arts, she was in some moonlit mansion, like a vampire aesthetic kind of thing. So I feel like this would just naturally be my favorite based around the color choices they would make. Love her massive side ponytail, just all the way to the bottom of the floor, which is kind of nuts. And then her thighs look perfect, very thick. And then you have this little guy. Oh yeah, definitely vampire or something along those lines because of his little bat wings. But yeah, okay, moving on. I think we've seen these two before, PA-15 and VSK-94. Not sure if she was painted. This like Christmas heavy damage version, I think they originally called it. There's like one ripped legging down here. I mean, I guess that's the damage. Actually, I'm wrong. You can see way more damage on this legging up here. The toes are sticking out now. The box over here, the present, is damaged. I like the color of the robe, but her hair looks kind of flat, in my opinion. The ears look good, though. Nice colors overall, but just wish her hair looked slightly nicer. Phat Company Yui swimsuit version, unpainted, unfortunately. Looks like she does not want to be here, not having a good time. Get her out of the sun. She is dying. But, you know, the misery is slightly cute. Bunch of horse girls. Do not know if any of these are new or old. We have Pretty Derby's Admire Vega, Eshin Flash, Run and Win Nice Nature. I do remember that one. And Mr. CB, who, yeah, does not have a prototype at all. All right, let's see if there's anything else on this page. Or are we done? maybe we're done. I don't think we're done, but I don't know. I really don't. I feel pretty confident that we caught like pretty much everything important. I'm sure I'm missing something, which I apologize if I am, but it's pretty tough when the news comes out like this, you know? It's very sporadic. It's just spread all over the place. I'm looking at MFC now just to see what was added to the database, because that's like the easiest way to catch new things, you know? Like, there might be prototypes that we've seen before, but they show them off at these events and then we kind of assume they're new, because as hard as I try, it's kind of impossible to remember every single thing that gets announced. I might be done. Okay, site crashed. Nice. You know, I think I'm just going to call it there. This has been a long recording. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I'm going to edit it now. It's 12 a.m. I don't know if I don't think I'll be able to get this out when I want to. I'm hoping for Saturday, Sunday the latest, but it's just a lot of like going through the footage and making sure there's, you know, it flows naturally and all that. If you want to support this channel, normally I say subscribe and all that. Go watch my previous video. Not a lot of people did. I don't know if it just wasn't a good video or it just didn't get sent out to a lot of people, but it would mean a lot if you did, if you're interested in an unboxing of a bunch of figures I've been holding on to. Yeah, so I'll see you guys soon. Just gonna wrap up here. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought about this video. What are you looking forward to from this event? And yeah, peace out. Later.